Hello everyone, my name is TheMadScorpyon and welcome to This Week in Destiny update for September the 5th. Getting into it, they basically start going off and say that September the 9th, the next Tuesday, is going to be the launch of the 10th Anniversary Event. It's not going to be so much as Bungie 15th Anniversary, it's going to be a little bit smaller. There was some leaks saying some stuff going out. Basically, all I could say that's kind of cool is some very classic throwback Destiny armor that's going to be available that's going to be like Destiny 1 vanilla level of original. But aside from that, they could drop I'm just going to go through all of this. They could drop a 20,000 word this week to opt in the last 10 years. Per community manager, obviously, we plan to keep our anniversary fun and light. We have a small in-game celebration for you all week, along with some beautiful art the team has made throughout the years. There will be some legendary armor freebies, a fun title to earn, some Bungie rewards, and more. Check back Monday at 8 a.m. for the total blog coverage. And at the same time, we're planning to start our journey into Destiny 2 Codename Frontiers at 8 a.m. Pacific. We'll be releasing a short Dev Inside blog article discussing our goals for the future of Destiny 2. Destiny 2 game director Tyson Green and Destiny 2 narrative director Alison Lures, I believe that's how I'm saying that, will be guiding the conversation. Where have we been, where are we now, and where do you want to go? Most importantly, how are we going to get there? We want to be clear about our commitment to ongoing communication with you. This marks the beginning of regular updates from our development team about what's next for Destiny 2, including details about its systems and future plans. While the updates may be a bit rough around the edges as they are early in development process, we're excited about sharing our goals and progress with you. There are quite a few topics on the communications roadmap to tackle, so this will take the start of the conversation. Our main goal is to provide bite-sized, direct-to-the-point articles over the next few months rather than mega blogs where it's too easy to get mired in the details. While we'd love to promise a weekly cadence, we are likely to take time to cook your meals appropriately. Our articles are never early, nor are they late. They'll be there exactly when they should. Many thanks to all who have joined us over the 10-year journey. We've said a few times that we're just getting started, and it's still very much true. Light and Dark Saga may have ended, but the future of Destiny is still unfolding before us. The universe is big, bright, and full of wonder. We are looking forward to exploring it and hope to see you join us. I almost said Seaside. Starside is approaching new frontiers. So a quick bit about that. Obviously, they said Light and Dark is done, but they still have things to go on. I think the issue right now is the fact that they are developing where to go afterwards. Thinking of it as the same thing as Avengers and Infinity War, I feel like a large portion of the development of the movies were leading up to Thanos, Infinity War, and Endgame. After that, they had to create a whole new ideas and start from scratch and start working. I think the same thing happened with Destiny, where, yes, the Witch Queen happened, and from that point, it was worrying about Thanos, or not Thanos, the Witness, and from that point, once Witness was dead, the main story is done, so we have to just kind of continue on from there, but they are snowballing it, seeing where it can go. So I don't think, unfortunately, we'll have maybe Destiny showcases where we get to see, oh, we have the next 3 years of DLCs or the next 3 years of story development. I don't think we'll be seeing that again. We might see, here's the plan for the next year, and it might continue year by year by year. I have a feeling that Bungie is going to be taking the story as it comes, because, I mean, as a comparison as well, after Infinity War, Avengers did the whole, this will be happening in the next phase, and half of those movies never even happened at all because of issues. So I doubt that Bungie wants to recreate that and say, here is our plans for the next 4 different expansions, air quotes, and the next thing you know, we only get 1. But aside from that, next topic, improving raids and dungeon rotations. Raids and dungeons are an integral part of the Destiny 2 experience. It's where Guardians hone their skills and test their mettle. It's also where you get some of the best rewards, from cool and unique weapons to titles that you can show around the tower. You've heard your feedback about how frustrating it can be to earn some of those weekly rewards when a raid or dungeon is not the one featured in the weekly rotation. That's the reason why we're making some changes when episode Revenant launches on October 8th. Around that time, Warlord's Ruin will enter the rotation queue, meaning that we will be getting a new dungeon. So there'll be 8 raids and 8 dungeons in total, so it's fitting that we double the number of featured rotator activities available each week. This way, the max time that can pass between a specific raid or dungeon will be 4 weeks. Let's use an example for better understanding. At the week of October 8th, the current activities in the rotator will be the raids of Last Wish and Battle of the Disciple, and Dungeons of Shadowed Throne and Duality. Now, I think appropriately, just to keep it even, now I'm forgetting the number of things in between, but imagine in terms of order, they have raid 1 and raid 4, or actually no, that'd be raid 5, because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah. They have raid 1 and raid 5, and from there you continue on forward. That actually works out quite well, just because I know certain times when a friend has talked about going into a dungeon, getting artifice armors, or other things, realizing that it is a 8-week rotation means it'll be quite a while until you can go for it. So that is actually a full-on good thing. because obviously it just cuts the time in half. The only thing it could be better is if there's 3, but then the numbering would be a little bit weird. Maybe when we get another raid and dungeon to throw into the rotator, we can split that up a bit more. As for the order we will follow, the rotation will still be based on the Destiny 2 release order, so after Last Wish and Vow of Disciple, Garden of Salvation, and King's Fall will follow. And after Shadow Throne and Duality, well, you can fill the gaps yourself and even build a calendar for the following months. We'll always share reminders on our social media channels, so if you don't all know already, go join on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and Discord. We hope the new system alleviates some of the pain points and around consuming raid and dungeon content so that you can work towards getting those titles more efficiently, and as always, share your feedback with us once the new rotation is available so we can keep improving it. So for the sword event, this is the art sharing that they mentioned. I guess this is a bunch of art that is all sword themed. I'll just scroll through slowly in case anyone wants to see. I like that. That's a reference to old classic Kill Bill. But there is some very well done looks about for all of these Guardians that put together either a sword-based look or make a look based on the sword. I just said the same thing twice. But they either fashion the sword to the weapon, they either fashion the sword to the Guardian or they fashion the Guardian to the sword, and it all looks great. Now some more details about Choir of One. Now, basically, it is bugged off the bat, so they're sharing context regarding these bugs. So, the designer of Choir of One is there. A couple of issues on the inventory situation that have made things complicated. It's weapon type that's normally primary ammo, but using special ammo this time. Ammo mounts and reserves are easy to deal with when the weapon type is already using special ammo. But it's much more difficult when it is an ammo swapped frame. We had to hand set every single value, and all the values that build off of those values, like how much reserves add to it, how much ammo grants it, and how much it gets from bricks, etc. It's a lot easier to get lost in the sauce when these with these and miss something, especially when all the systems that feed into it also are in flux at the same time, or some things even after we have unlocked the weapon down to the ship. So now Choir of One has 2 inventory bugs looking to fix when Episode Revenant launches. Sometimes you can bypass the actual capacity of the inventory because of a rare race condition with the perk that's supposed to cap how much ammo you have. But with the reserve mods, you can spawn with more than the perk capped limit, and it doesn't always catch it and remove the bonus ammo. It wasn't supposed to get the inventory buff that all other special weapons got in 8.0.5, as that increase was already implemented to the weapon by design. So on to the actual changes. We're not looking to make the weapon irrelevant in endgame difficulty. We're adjusting the ammo from around 200 base and 300 reserves, down from 250 base and 375 with reserves. The damage that the weapon puts out is pretty crazy, and the ammo is supposed to be the limiting factor, so keeping the ammo down keeps the damage where it can be, so it doesn't have to be adjusted. We want to balance around the 200 to 250 ammo level, and it felt that it was already strong. Then with triple reserves, you just had about 300, and that was the treat that you could use to hip fire more freely, but 400 ammo or anywhere close to that is just a tad bit too unbalanced for the PvE sandbox. As for the extra damage it was doing with Divinity, on a closer inspection it was discovered that the actual issue with the point-blank state of the projectile, the impact damage done if the projectile had not split before it hits its target is being affected by an extraneous damage scaler and dealing approximately 250% more damage than it should be against combatants only. So we will be fixing that in Episode Revenant, so keep that in mind in case you want to have some fun. For the name change update, as you know, there was an issue with people just randomly getting their names changed. Last week, it resolved an issue with our monitoring and moderation system that caused numerous Bungie names changes on August the 13th. As a first step to fix this issue, all players have received an additional name change token to update their names if so desired, regardless of whether or not they were affected by this issue. We are aware that still some players that can't use their token or cannot receive their previous Bungie name. We are investigating this issue and will share more information when all available. Now for the Encore exotic mission itself. Aware of a number of issues that might block progress or cause certain wipes in certain areas. I've run into one. Fix an issue where Encore might not appear as an option in the Fireteam Finder. Fix an issue where progression can be blocked in the final boss encounter if the player had repeat the left or right capture ring. That happened to me. And fix an issue where depositing a connection module too early during a certain section of the mission could trigger a team wipe. Weird. Now, the Grandmaster Nightfall node will launch on October 27th. Basically, if you don't have a Grandmaster Nightfall completed for Conqueror, this will allow access to any you have not done. Actually reading. On August 22nd, the Grandmaster node was activated due to an issue. Players who had completed the Grandmaster version of the 6 previously finished Nightfall were not able to properly access it. Had a planned update fix for next week. Okay, so keep that in mind for anyone looking to grind out Conqueror. But from there, we have some of the last arts and videos of the week. But with that, that is the end of This Week in Destiny. So I am a bit optimistic, I'd say, about everything going forward, because there is some good changes in here, some that definitely didn't need. Because the raid rotations, blankly, this has been the same for, I think, 2 years now. And granted, I have not paid attention to the direct feedback. I imagine there was some negativity about needing to wait 6, 7, 8 weeks for the rotation, but at the same time, 8 weeks is a massive number, so this is a very good change. And it's nice finally hearing something about the future of Destiny and hearing that there is something coming, possibly even past Revenant and what's the other one? Heresy. So I'm just keeping it optimistic again. But with that, my name is TheMadScorpyon, this week in Destiny, and I will see you in the next video.